Is your new sweetheart a Filipina? Are you unsure what to expect? Here are 5 major things that you should expect when dating a Filipina. Number 1. When dating a Filipina, expect cultural differences. Many guys look for a girl or go to the Philippines thinking it's like going to a cheaper version of Hawaii. It's understandable to think this way. After all, the Philippines was a colony of the United States, and most Filipinos speak English and are friendly. But nothing could be further from the truth. The Philippines is on the other side of the world from the US, and many of their customs will also feel the same way. According to my survey, cultural differences were cited as the number one issue for men married to Filipina. A big difference that many Western men encounter is the concept of tambo. For example, "What's wrong? Why aren't you talking to me?" "Nothing." "Are you sure?" "Yeah, I'm going to bed now." This is a conversation that many guys will experience when dating a Filipino long term. Filipinas are often reluctant to directly express their grievances, so they will do what's called making tambo. That is, they will withdraw and begin acting differently. You can tell that she's upset about something, but when you ask what's the matter, she'll deny there's a problem and continue with her withdrawal. You'll be left to guess what her main issue is, and then once you get it right, she'll discuss it. It's a passive aggressive punishment for slighting her. How long it lasts depends on the individual. Sometimes tampo can last anywhere from a few hours to a few days. Also, the Filipino concept of time can be quite different. When a Filipina gives a particular time for arrival to a place, it's a suggestion, not an exact time. It's not a societal faux pas in the Philippines to be 15 minutes late or more. Also, guys need to understand that virginity is still valued in the Philippines. Many younger guys that are used to dating liberated Western girls may be in for a shock when they don't get sex after the first or second date. Now, don't get me wrong, sex is readily available in the Philippines, but if you're looking for a wholesome, take home to mom type girl, don't expect her to put out right away. In fact, that's what you should be looking for. An easy girl is often a scammer or way too westernized to have the traditional values that most guys who marry Filipinas are looking for. It's not uncommon for provincial girls in the Philippines to genuinely be virgins until they're married. Also, understand that her family is going to be an essential part of her life. Unlike some Western women who constantly denigrate and vilify their parents, especially their mothers, Filipinos love both their parents and will do anything to help them. That means that if you are with her, you should expect to spend a lot of time with her family. She may even be supporting you financially. Number 2, be prepared to help her financially. Unless you're dating a girl from the highest echelons of Philippine society, be ready to help her out at some point, just as you would a Western girl. Whether it's direct or indirect depends on the girl. I know many guys object to sending money, and you definitely don't want to be scammed, but think about it. If you're dating a girl back home, you'll pay whether it's going to the movies and dinner every Friday night, or maybe she runs into some sort of financial jam. If you're a man, love costs money no matter what. The difference is it's a lot cheaper in the Philippines than dating a woman back home. I don't recommend sending money right away though. Take it slow. One tip I'd like to suggest to men who are not sure if her love is true is to send a gift instead of money. You can go to lazada.com and send her a teddy bear. It'll cost you 15 USD, and if she lives in Manila, the delivery is often free. Then, wait to see what happens afterwards. Does she seem elated to receive the bear? Does she reciprocate by remembering your birthday and or sending you a gift on your next birthday? Then she's probably a good girl. If, however, she starts blathering on and on about her financial woes or some other implicit indication that she wants money, you probably will want to move on. Number 3, be prepared to pay for dinner for 3. Don't be dismayed if she asks to take a cousin or brother on your first date. A girl from a good family won't want to go out with a man she doesn't know by herself, especially if she's in her early to mid 20s and still living with her parents. You'll have to earn not only her trust, but also the trust of her family and friends. This means on the first few dates, you'll be paying for dinner for 3. Don't worry, that's actually a good sign. Families that allow their young daughters to go out with just any guy by herself are often up to no good. Trust me, you don't want a girl that's dating you just because she needs to. You want a girl that is dating you because she wants to. You can avoid this extra expense by dating a girl with more life experience. Having said that, trust is really important and you're gonna have to earn it. Alright, number 4. Don't be spooked if she falls in love quickly. Filipinos are passionate, and that goes for their love lives as well. It's not uncommon to start feeling her get attached to you only after a couple of weeks of chatting and video calls. Now, if she's declaring love after the first or second conversation, she's most likely a scammer. But if you've been having some good in-depth conversations for a few weeks, don't be alarmed if she starts showing the signs she really likes you. That is why, as a man, it is imperative that you set the boundaries in the beginning, that you're not ready to do anything serious until you meet her in person. This will prevent a lot of hurt feelings on both sides. Happy monthsary, baby! Number 5. On that note, celebrating monthly milestones of the relationship is normal and rational in the Philippines. If you date a Filipina, you can expect monthsaries to be a thing, especially the 6 monthsary. And yes, you will be expected to give her a small gift or at least take her out to nice dinner on your monthsaries. The good news is they tend to diminish after the first year. Courtship is important in the Philippines. You'll hear words like suitors and courting all the time. Philippine society is quite conservative and archaic sometimes. All right, next, she'll want kids. If you're planning on dating a girl in her 20s, then understand that having children is very much on her mind. This isn't a problem for some of the younger guys, but if you're in your 50s, 60s, and beyond, that's something you really need to consider. If you are happily retired, consider dating a woman over 35. All right, 6. Expect her to love videoke. Videoke or karaoke on television screen is the favorite pastime of the Philippines. They absolutely love to sing, even if they're not good at it. That means you can expect her to sing and have videoke parties at your place. Any party, graduation, anniversaries, or just any get together will involve videoke. This can work to your favor if you can sing because that is a great way to woo a Filipino into your arms. Understand that it will take time. Sometimes guys get the wrong idea when they first encounter Filipinas for dating. That's understandable given how many girls will throw themselves at you as soon as you start meeting them. The truth is, dating a Filipina is a process. Why? Because you're going to have to dig through a lot of dirt to get to any gold. Initially, almost all the girls that approach you will be secondhand. What I mean is, they simply will be the girls that the Filipino men don't want. Some examples include girls with multiple children from multiple men, girls with no education, bar girls, and girls with no job or a crappy job like a security guard or a street sweeper. Now, some guys don't mind that. My cousin is married to a mall girl from Thailand, and they've been together for many, many years now. Quite happily, I might add. But if you're looking for a higher end girl, you're gonna have to do some weeding to get to a good one. And finally, expect that you'll be loved like never before. Guys that have never dated a Filipina before often ask why they should bother with all the scammers and tomboy nonsense that they have to deal with. When a buddy of mine was dating his girlfriend, he was working at home on the computer. Being a total nerd, he couldn't care less about his appearance. While he was working, he told his girlfriend he was going to the store to buy something. She told him that he wasn't going anywhere. He asked why. She said because his shirt was wrinkled, and there's no way that she would let the neighbors see him like that. At first he laughed, but then he saw she was serious when she stuck her hand out to give him the t-shirt. He gave it to her, she ironed it. Only then did she let him go out. That is why Western men marry Filipinas. An American girl probably would have felt too empowered to iron her man's clothes. Filipinas will go out of their way to please their husbands so long as you treat them right. Many Christian brothers who date Filipinas come back to me and say they never realized how good love could be until they married a Filipina. The traditional values, the respect for age, and acceptance of who they are sets Filipinas apart from many Western women.